Welcome to Firearms of America. Today I am back here at Shooters in Fort Myers, Florida, about to do a review of one very popular gun. Now, this review has been requested for some time. Finally, we have it here in stock. It is the Ruger. Wait, I have to say the all-new Ruger LCP Max. Yes, one of the most popular pocket pistols out there, concealed carry pistols, because obviously for the size. Now, I'm talking about the previous LCP version, and then there was the LCP2. This is the LCP Max. Now, 2.8-inch barrel, 10 capacity magazine. That's one of the improvements over the previous versions. They were 6 capacity magazine. This one is 10 capacity magazine. As you can see, it's double stacked, a little bit thicker grip, which we'll talk about all of that later in the review. Chambered in .380 auto, my favorite round for a concealed carry. Well, let's put a few rounds through it and see what it can do. So, Ruger LCP. I love it. I mean, it was a great gun, the original LCP. The LCP2, in my opinion, was even better. And now we have the LCP Max. I think they really are onto something with the improvement, because 10 capacity magazine over 6, I think that's definitely a decent improvement. Now, the magazine is very easy to load. It's numbered 5 and 10, so that you know when you have 5 rounds and when you have 10 rounds. And I'm gonna put 5 rounds for now, and as you can see, you can tell that it has 5 rounds. Now, in the box you do get 1 magazine only, and I think that's a little bit of a downside. I wish there was at least 2 magazines, because I mean, for concealed carry you do want to have 1 extra magazine somewhere on you. All right, but on the plus side, in the box you do get the pinky extension. So if you do like a little bit more, if you do need a little bit more of an extra grip, which I personally prefer, you can swap this bottom plate of the magazine to the one with the pinky extension. So let's let me not forget my ear protection, as I usually do. All right, now 2.8-inch barrel. It's tiny. It's very tiny. For .380, obviously it should be, I expect, a little bit of jumpiness. Well, we'll see. We'll see. All right. Magazine. Oh, one-hand operation. Not bad. I kind of already like it. So, let me not crash the camera. And let's see what this little thing can do. Alright, a little bit jumpy on the first one, but that's because it's a brand new gun, it's just been lubricated. So let me put some 5 more rounds. And see, actually, you know what, I'm gonna give it a challenge. I do have some random, I've been shooting some decent ammo from Fiocchi just now. So I'm gonna shoot some random 380s, just a variety of random 380 rounds. There's a hollow point from whoever. There's a cheap steel round, which actually was already striked once and it didn't fire. So we'll make it a little bit more challenging for this gun and see if it can handle all of this. Yeah, after all, reliability. Reliability is very important whenever it comes to your concealed carry weapons, right? This is not just a gun that you're gonna have fun with on the range. This is something you're gonna carry. So, 5 more rounds. Let's do that. And what happened? There we go. All right. Yeah. Obviously not a fantastic group with a 2.8-inch barrel, but still, I have to say, for a concealed carry, for a tiny gun like this, if you can shoot a group like this at this distance, in a self-defense situation, you're gonna do just fine. You can see it nicely smoking out there. Okay, so let's start the review. Let's start with the grip. Now, grip is one of the things that was upgraded. First of all, obviously, because they implemented the double stack magazine, they had to make the grip a little bit wider. So it is a little bit thicker, not wider, thicker. And I personally do like that extra thickness that now you get in this gun, because it's much easier to get a full proper grip on this gun, which is a huge help, because in a 2.8-inch barrel you better have a good grip on this gun. All right, there were some aggression on the grip at the back here, on the sides and on the front. It's all the same. Now it looks kind of like that hand stippling aggression, but it's not. I wish there was a little bit more aggression on this gun. I mean, personally, honestly, I'd probably stipple this gun and make it more aggressive, just for a better grip, but still not bad. One thing that they added, the Ruger, here is serrations on the front of the trigger guard. As you can see, now you have the serrations here, which is a huge plus in a compact and a small pocket pistols, because a lot of times people have a grip like this on a compact pistol like this, because their hand just doesn't fit here, so they have an extra finger over there. I do it sometimes, you do it, you don't do it, it's a preference, it doesn't really matter. But not too bad. All right, let's move on to the mag release now. The mag release is a very, very flat, little tiny button over here. It's not ambidextrous, all right, but it's easy to press, not that bad. Honestly, I wish the button was a little bit bigger, just more area to press, but really easy to adjust it. Even with my small, short fingers, you can still do it. Now, magazine, the way it gets in and out, as you can see, there is absolutely no hesitation. This is not Kel-Tec, it just gets out like it is supposed to. So you can easily, quickly replace the magazines without any problems. Let's move on to the slide release. A slide release is this little tiny lever right here. Again, it is not ambidextrous, so this gun is not very lefty friendly, all right? But it works, and sometimes it works as a one-hand operation, sometimes it does not, which is fine. Honestly, the location of the slide release, if any of you guys from Ruger are watching this, in my opinion, it's a little bit too far back. It would be nice if it was a little bit here on the front, so that you have this. Here, it kind of, I mean, it's fine. It's not a big deal. You can still do it. You can still do it, but I believe it should be at the front of the thumb, where you release the slide, and not at the back. You can still figure it out, not a big deal, just saying, now you know, all right? But speaking of the slide itself, I am surprised how easy it is to rack. Well, this is one thing usually you come across whenever it comes to small pocket pistols like this, is that all of them have a very, very tight spring in the guide rod, all right? And that's done because the barrel is so short, the spring needs to be heavier so that it has enough of that energy absorption, so that your recoil is just not too crazy, right? Here, however, the spring is surprisingly, I mean, it is really, really, really light, the spring. I like it a lot. Let's put some more rounds through it. I'm gonna put some, I have, let's see, 4 rounds here, just readily available. I'm gonna load them up. Very easy to load this magazine, very fast. I like it a lot. I mean, this is a brand new gun, and usually with the brand new guns, your magazine is, the spring is tighter, you know, everything is tighter in a new gun. But this one works just fine. Very easy to rack. And let's see if I can do a little bit better job with the group in the middle of that orange right there. Let's do that. little bit jumpy, but I think this is just the way this gun shoots. It is going to be jumpy because the spring is very, very light. So it's easy to rack, but the recoil is going to be just a tiny little bit out of control. Now, if you are considering to get this gun for your concealed carry, I think it's a great choice, but make sure to practice regularly with this gun on the range. I mean, you should do it with any gun you have anyway, but do a little bit extra practice with this one just so that you are used to that recoil. All right, let's move on to the sights. Now, the sights here, you probably noticed that the sights, the front sight, is there's this little fiber optic sight on at the very front. Jeez, where's my camera? Here it is. All right. Now it kind of looks like it's a night sight, but it actually is not. And the rear sight is very nicely raised. It's a little bit taller than it was in the original LCP, but I do like these sights a lot. Very easy to acquire the target. I would say this is my favorite type of sights. Very easy, kind of like a 3-dot sight, but at the back you have no dots. You just have 2 posts. Another thing that was upgraded in this gun from the previous version is the extractor. As you can see, extractor is pretty much double the size of the previous extractor, which also helps with the overall operation and the reliability. On the slide, you can see the serrations. There's at the back and on the front, depending on how you like to rack it. However you rack it, you can definitely do it here, whatever. Now, let's talk a little bit about the trigger. Probably one of the most important things. All right, we have our kind of like a safe action in the Glock, this little pre-trigger. You cannot press the trigger. The trigger not gonna break unless you're pressing this little pre-trigger. Now it serves a few purposes. One is that in case if you drop it, the gun is not gonna fire by itself. So it's a safety, drop safety. And another thing is that, to me personally, I like it because you have that psychological feel of the trigger before your finger is even on the trigger. So you kind of acquire the target, you know, you're looking at the target, and you know that your finger's on the trigger because you're touching that little pre-trigger. Okay, anyway, let's take a look. So we have about a good, I would say like at least 5, 6, maybe even 7 millimeter big travel, all right? But very safe, very familiar travel. It's not like scary, crazy travel. It's a very familiar travel. And then we have very crisp break. Wow, not bad at all. I'm gonna do it again. Let's see if I can get a little bit of movement before it breaks. Okay, just maybe. Okay, maybe there's like 0.5 millimeter, maybe millimeter of movement before the trigger breaks. But still, for the 380, the concealed carry, the pocket pistol, this is a really, really good trigger. I mean, excellent trigger. Excellent trigger. I think Ruger did a great job with this gun. In general, it's just overall, it's really good. So, I'm gonna put some 5 more rounds through this pistol, and then we will try to come up with more or less reasonable conclusion. Usually, I can do that, so we'll see if I can do it this time. Okay, let's see if I can do a little bit of a better job with that orange, because it does not look like it have been attacked that much. Yeah! Yes! No! Alright. A little bit of a better group this time. But that's really what I'm talking about. If you're getting this gun, I think it's a great buy. It's reliable, as you can see. It just fired, not just, but the previous whenever I was shooting the random ammo that I found in the range laying around. It fired the round that the other pistol did not fire because there was an indent from the striker on it. This did. So that speaks of reliability. And it's brand new right out of the box. Pretty good. The size, very compact. I mean, you can easily put it in a pocket. Fits in a pocket without any problems. You can walk around with a gun in a pocket. I don't recommend doing that, by the way. Get yourself a decent holster. But if you do decide to carry, you can. It's that small. All right. The trigger is excellent. The sights are excellent. I wish there was a little bit more of aggression in the grip, but again, that's not really a big deal. It still is a good grip. And one thing is that it will be even better if you put that pinky extension. So LCP Max, I think Ruger did a great job on this gun. Let me know, guys, what do you think about this gun? What do you think about this review? If you have any requests for reviews, drop them in the comments below. I always look out for those. And if I come across the stuff that you requested, I do it as a priority. Thank you very much, guys, for watching. This was Firearms of America. I'll see you guys in the next video.